Lesson 5, Part 3. Click the Levels icon on the Adjustments panel to add a Levels Adjustment layer. So we need to go to the Adjustments panel and look for Levels. Remember, hover and you'll know what everything is. So here's your Adjustments selection. Okay, select the white point eyedropper in the Properties panel and click on a white area of the clouds. So let's hover and figure out which one's the white point. That one's the white point. That's gray and that's black. So we'll click on white and we need to click on a white area of the clouds. Oh, that brightened it up nicely. Okay, save your work. File save. And click OK in the Photoshop Format Options dialog box. It's easy to create a panorama. That's what your book says. Make sure that the skyline underscore working is still open on page 122. And make sure that the background layer is selected on the Layers panel. So right now we have the Layers level selected. You need to select the background layer. Choose Layer, Flatten Image. Layer, Flatten Image. In the Tool panel, select the Crop tool. Here's your Tool panel. So many people are still not recognizing that this is a panel. The crop rectangle and its handles appear around the image. In the Options bar, click the Straighten button. And make sure that the Content Aware is selected. Position the straightened pointer over on the horizon at the left edge of the image. And drag to the right to create a straight line that's aligned with the horizon. Release the mouse button when you reach the end of the horizon at the right edge of the image. So we're going to click here. I'm holding the mouse button. I'm going to drag along the horizon. Really want a nice straight image, so I'm going to look at the line. And then release when you think you have it straightened. Notice there's white space that needs to be filled near the corners. With the crop rectangle still active, drag the image down until the incomplete part of the lower guardrail is outside the crop line. So we're going to drag this up a little bit to get rid of that white space. And then we're going to also make sure that this is gone too. Okay. Click the Commit in the Options bar to apply the current crop settings. Content Aware Crop fills any empty areas of the top and the sides of the image. Save your changes. All right, we are moving on. Page 124. It looks like we're going to work with some columns. And now we're going back to opening up our image by going to Browse and Bridge. So we're going to go to File, Browse and Bridge, navigate to the Student G Drive. And here's our columns. Double click to get that opened up. And then can you guess what kind of columns? If you guys have had art history, you know what kind of columns these are. They are Doric columns. Okay, we are going to move on. We need to go to File, Save As, go back to your H drive. Hopefully you guys are getting the hang of all of this at this point. Saving and retrieving your files. Computer graphics. And remember that when you save your work, you go to your computer graphics folder, then you go to your on your H drive, go to your book tutorials and save it in your book tutorials. And it wants you to rename this as columns _ working. And save it as a Photoshop document. And hit OK. Save. Choose Filter. Lens Correction. My dialog box is on my other screen, so I'm going to slowly move it over and hoping that I don't get a lag. Shrink it down a little bit so you guys can see it. There we go. Okay, so select Show Grid at the bottom of the dialog box. Right here. Show Grid, if it's not already selected. In the Corrections area of the Auto Correction tab, Auto Correction, so here's your Corrections area. Make sure that Auto Scale Image is selected. There we go, Auto Scale Image. And that Transparency is selected from the Edge menu. Transparency. Select Custom Tab. There's your Custom Tab. In the Custom Tab, drag the Remove Distortion slider to about +52. Oh, that's cool. This is all new to Photoshop. Our new version of Photoshop. This is all brand new to it. To remove the barrel distortion in the image. Alternately, you could select the Remove Distortion tool, which is right here. Okay? And drag the image in the preview area until the columns are straight. The adjustment causes the image border to bow inward. However, because you selected the Auto Scale Image, the Lens Correction filter automatically scales the image to adjust the borders. Click OK to apply your changes. So much better. And close the Lens Correction dialog box, which we did. Okay, so to see the effects of your changes in the main image window, you can press Ctrl-Z twice to undo and redo the filter. So let's go ahead and do this. Ctrl-Z, and so that's what it looked like before. Ctrl-Z again, and that's after. That's just like going to Edit, Undo, and then Edit, Redo. Choose File, Save. So easy to get that done. Choose File, Save, and hit OK. Because we're at the end of period 1 and I need to go to a different room, I'm going to go ahead and close this one down. And our next lesson will review extending the depths of field, which is the little wine glass on the beach where we play with the depth of field. I will hopefully talk to you guys again on our next video.